Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a little bit of time to show you the game that I created in Twine. And before I show you the game, I wanted to share a story. Parts of it are sad, but the biggest and most important parts of it, I think, are really happy and certainly mark a time that was really complicated for a lot of folks, but in many ways brought tons of people together. So, last April, I can't believe it's been a year already. So, last April, I had just finished up as the conference chair of OLC Innovate. It was in Nashville. And a couple of friends of mine, colleagues, just amazing people that I had had the chance to work with prior, I grew super close to them at that conference. It was almost like a sleepaway camp in Tennessee. And one of those folks was Keegan Longwheeler. He was just so amazing to me at that time, particularly because as the conference chair, I didn't do everything that I was supposed to do, which included um, I wasn't following the rules, I should say. I did all the things I had to do, but um, one of the major things that you do is you don't overcommit yourself. And I decided to build a brand new game right to launch at that conference. And two of my dear close friends, Jess Knott and Kathy Russell, did the same. And we were sort of there at the 11th hour, working on our games respectively. And I think that they finished before they got to Tennessee, but I did not. And Keegan spent the entire night, stayed up with me and helped me build this game, and it was amazing. And just an indicator of the way that Keegan kind of lives his life, which is just like, yep, let me jump in and help you, and we'll figure it out, and all will be great. So just this spirit of energy and positivity that I was really thankful to get to know on a deeper level, and just so much gratitude for all the help that he gave me. So we coined this hashtag Year of Keegan based on all of his generous ways that several people, also friends of mine, John Stewart, Adam Kroom, many, many others already knew about Keegan. It was legit. So Keegan goes home, we all go home, and I think it was maybe a couple weeks later, I get a weird text message from John just saying, hey, Keegan needs prayers. Things are complicated. Text him back, ask him what's going on. And in between, basically, diagnosis and surgery, Keegan had a seizure the evening before, and his wife, who is now one of my dear friends, Paige, she got him to the hospital, and they determined that the seizure was caused by a brain tumor, and he was going to need immediate surgery on this tumor. Super scary. Horrible that it happened to such an amazing human. And all of us kind of came together and rallied for Keegan in what I thought were some really impactful ways for just us as a community, and defining what do we do in moments of crisis and struggle, and how do we reach out, and how do we elevate and lift people up. So long story short, Keegan had surgery. Surgery went super well. If we didn't think he was a superhero before, that was certainly a testament to just how powerful and wonderful his brain is. And he came out of it just great, and is still dealing with all of the side effects and ramifications of what happened. But just watching somebody like him, who's so passionate about education and passionate about learning, basically relearn all of these things that were taken away from him due to the traumatic experience of removing the brain tumor, is a delight, because he loves to learn. So, like, you'll see him try to find an idea, or figure something out in a new way. And it's like his brain is like remapping these neural pathways. And I have, just separately from this particular incident, I have a lot of close ties to what it means to support loved ones when you feel helpless because they're going through stuff that you can't deal with. I've had it with my husband, Dennis. I've had it with my sister, Lexi, both of whom have chronic illness. My sister, in particular, has multiple sclerosis. So, what she fights on a day to day basis, I can't even imagine. But just all that I know about neural pathways and myelin and how our brains send messages. I mean, I think maybe that's partially what drives me within education, because I'm just so obsessed with how we have to learn and fight and be resilient, and how our brains just want to do that and be that way. So again, watching Keegan traverse all of his challenges, but do it in a way that is um, just really, really joyful, and seeing the wonder and delight on his face as he relearns memories that he's recalling, and it's remarkable, and it's really special to me. So part of this experience, and it was sort of in the trauma period where we didn't know what was going to happen. There were a group of folks that decided to create a game jam for Keegan. So Keegan's scholarship is on gameful learning, gamification, and how games can be used to foster education. And I love games. I think that around the concept of like the notion of a gamer, there's kind of like an imposter syndrome around there. So like I hesitantly claim that I'm a gamer because I know there's always other people that are like, you have to be this to be a gamer. I love games. Let's just say that. I play a lot of games both on the computer, on my iPhone. I used to be a chronic PlayStation player of games. And in addition to that, I love the storytelling and the design, the art aspects of games in particular. So when I sort of go through my game history, it has a lot to do with games that push the boundaries of what I thought could be done with art and graphics and with storytelling. And I had never really delved too deeply into creating games. I would say that like I'm sure I could go back and think of games that I created, like physical games, but certainly computer games. I hadn't really done that other than like computer programming that I had done in the past, and the and then in addition to that, just like board games that you play, like when you're in a car and you're just talking to somebody and hanging out, like that stuff I do. But I never made a game um, on the computer really, or at least not in a long time, and certainly not in Twine. So part of the rules of this game jam were that you would make a game in Twine, and it could be around any sort of topics relating to friendship or dealing with illness. And it could be about just like anything fitting within there. So people made all sorts of games. I will post the links to the other games that were made as part of this game jam. A lot of folks made them funny. I don't know why I didn't make mine funny. It wasn't really what was in my heart in the moment. But I made my first Twine game. So I'm going to play a little bit of it with you. And then after that, I will record a little bit of the pieces that I used to make the game.